The tree shall burn. And Dottore is gonna do it. Cat with Blue Hat uploaded a video called Dottore was right. The Irminsul must burn. Abyssal Dottore theory. I'm interested. You had me at Dottore and then you gripped me at Abyssal. All right, let's get into this.
All I remember is fire everywhere. From the sky to the ground, everything was burning.
Indeed it was,
The heat was unbearable, and ashes were blowing in the wind.
There's actually a very interesting part about this specific cutscene, by the way, and the voice actors. After that, when Tighnari spoke, if we go based on the description in the original trailer of the orders that the characters are speaking in, it wasn't Tighnari, it was Sethos. That's like, come on, Kole, which is already kind of strange. But let's continue with the actual theory now. Seems like Dottore burning the Irminsul will finally be happening in Luna 7. However, do you know why it is that he wants to burn the Irminsul? So I actually had this this revelation. Let me explain why I think it is, because I'm sure Kat's gonna come up with something even better. My thoughts were, especially after the Nod Cry quest, when we see that he's basically just trying to get an upper hand over every single element of creation. I'm talking the moons, I'm talking the shades, and I'm talking the Archons, right? He's trying to get an upper hand on everybody. I was thinking, since he found a way to go back to Hyperborea, even spiritually, however you want to see it, and kind of alter the past, he's kind of found a way to change fate already without needing Irminsul or create his own Irminsul. This creation of Dottore is not actually Dottore, just as a heads up so everybody knows. It's very clear. They made it very clear in the live stream. This is an Irminsul version of Dottore. He is created just like Wanderer, it's a puppet, out of Irminsul wood. We also see that he has replaced or at least created new Dottore Irminsul ley lines. My thoughts are he's found a way to manipulate fate to the point where he doesn't require Irminsul anymore like he used to, and his reason for burning Irminsul is so that his story, his fate, is the one true fate. Now, what does burning Irminsul actually represent or mean in that situation? It means the people that rely on Irminsul manipulation can't use it anymore. So who has the biggest upper hand in the entire plot of the story of Genshin Impact at that point? Dottore and Descenders. It puts him on a level playing field with us. And then obviously it also goes in line with Project Stuja with the Sarita, burn the old world, create a new world, Dottore being the ley lines, and Capitano also holding mastery over the Natlan ley lines. My thoughts were they're obviously going to get replaced with Dottore ley lines, and I'm thinking they're not going to be separated from the rest. I think this was all a big plan put in action way back when, bro, by the Sarita. I think all of this is going according to her plan, and I think they're going to get access to the new world. I think they are just going to recreate Teyvat in their perfect vision. I think the captain becoming master of the ley lines was a necessary part of the plot. I think Dottore making the new Irminsul and new ley lines is a necessary part of the plot, and I think it's all going to come together beautifully by the end of Snezhnaya. We will see. This was actually answered more than 3 years ago in Sumeru, the reason why. Okay, let's see what Kat says here. Looking at Dottore's new form in Luna 7, you'll notice a lot of red, black, and blue. Indeed. We do. Among these, blue is the color for his powers, for the Trilune Authority. And it also has the same color as the Irminsul, yes. This is not a coincidence if you know what the Lunar Palace was used for. And now it relates, and how it relates to the functions of the Irminsul. This is the reason why fragile resin looks like a moon despite originating from the Irminsul. Yeah, we can even see the leaves in there. It's preserved by the resin, right? All you have to know is that once someone dies, their soul are integrated into the Irminsul. Indeed, which is their memories, which is also why I feel like, if you remember, Dottore is using a few different people's boss attacks in the boss fight that we saw, right? I have a feeling he's even going to use Signora's, because when she died, she inevitably would have returned to the ley lines, right? I think he's going to be able to use living and deceased people's abilities in that boss fight. For sure. What's interesting are the red and black colors on this new Dottore. He looks fucking awesome, bro. They are specifically found in the Withering in Sumeru. Oh, true. As you know, the Withering was caused by the forbidden knowledge in Sumeru. This is also something Dottore was extremely interested in as well. He had Fatui agents tasked with bringing him materials for this research. Oh yeah, so this one. He can study the connections between Aranara dreams and the Withering. Weaponizing dreams in the Withering, yes. Damn. Was this from the freaking Aranara quest? What was this from? Holy. Colley's Elazar treatment done by Dottore was also for this goal.
Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor.
While in 3.2, the final step for Scaramouche to ascend into a god was for him to absorb forbidden knowledge.
It seems that the sages didn't get the chance to infuse the divine knowledge capsules into him.
This is why Dottore prepared the divine knowledge capsules for him. Remember how they were uniquely red compared to other capsules? Yes, I mean, we knew at this point that this was going to be the forbidden knowledge capsules as well. Like, divine knowledge and forbidden knowledge were one and the same, I think. But I never put two and two together with Dottore about this. This is interesting. Okay. And how using them made people mad. They were all filled with forbidden knowledge for Scaramouche to use. But before he could use them, we stopped him with Nahida's help. Yes, after going through numerous cycles. In the past, Dottore also operated the illegal Elazar hospital in the desert to research forbidden knowledge. Yeah, do you all remember this? When we went through each patient's room, dude? Oh my god. Throwbacks. Dottore has been consistently researching forbidden knowledge for a very long time. But you may think that at the end of 3.2, we erased all forbidden knowledge from Sumeru. No. No, we didn't. What I have gathered from this latest trailer is Dottore left Sumeru, but he also stayed in Sumeru. Not in the way that a lot of people thought, including myself. I think the poison that they're talking about in the trailer is a misdirection because it's showing up at the Mondstadt scene. I think he left a corrupting poison within the Irminsul. And that is the part of him that he left within the ley lines, and that is what this new boss Dottore actually is. That's what I think. But this does not mean that it can't come back, true?
The Abyss manifests its power in a manner that is most devastating to the place in question. In Sumeru, it was forbidden knowledge. In Natlan, it was monstrous creatures.
Okay, it arrived in Sumeru because Nabu Malikada, the goddess of flowers, assisted Deshret in obtaining it from outside the world. It needed Deshret's sacrifice and most of Rukkhadevada's powers to stop it at the time. The Cataclysm of Karmiar opened the biggest abyssal breach. God, Renova looks so goddamn good, dude. Jesus Christ! Which is what contaminated the Irminsul. This time, Nahida had to erase Rukkhadevada to cleanse the forbidden knowledge. And at present, guess who has opened another huge tear in the sky? That's right, it was Dottore this time. Bro, everybody was questioning why the fuck he even did that. They were like, was it just to show off what he could do? Wait, let cat cook here, let cat cook. There is always a reason for stuff, and I could not pinpoint what the reason for him opening that fucking hole in the sky was. It made no sense. It made no sense. Wait. This answers the question of where he obtained forbidden knowledge for his plans. To get the moon in Teyvat, no. However, we clearly saw him perish during Lunar Fall, so how is he back again? Because that was the segment. This too was hinted at by Dottore at the end of Sumeru. Remember how he erased all his segments in exchange for the Gnosis from Nahida? Yes. Well, this is the same segment though, the Omega variant. At the time, he also said this.
Besides, with my abilities, it's only a matter of time until I find better perspectives. Perhaps it's best to say, you're just temporarily ahead.
God, I love him, dude. The perspectives he talked about meant the abyss or forbidden knowledge. Oh my god. He understood that the abyss can extract memories from the ley lines to manifest beings. We saw this with Gasoithoth, who stole the Pyro Dragon's memories from the ley lines to replicate him. The Roland in Varka's story quest was also another such abyssal entity using Roland's memories. As long as the being that's being replicated has a strong will, they can control a body manifested with abyss in their memories. Oh my god, dude. We witnessed Dottore experimenting with this phenomenon in Nod Cry. During the main story, he swapped the souls of people in his energy fields.
Maybe each energy field is its own giant experiment.
Yep, 100%.
He's swapping human minds with those of animals. Even without the other circumstances. This would be an extremely radical experiment.
But not the most radical. He even mentions of one's flesh limiting their mind and spirit.
The body can be rejected.
Yep.
You cannot conceive the extent to which your flesh hinders your mind and spirit. Only by discarding our useless, primitive eyes can we perceive a new world.
And this is him hinting to the fact that he is created not of flesh, but of, I guess, yeah, maybe abyssal energy and Irminsul leyline energy, right? Because again, he looks like he's made of Irminsul wood. New Irminsul wood. Dottore Irminsul wood. So what better way than to manifest oneself using the abyss itself? During the Nordcry story, he also personally witnessed the dangers of the Irminsul. For somebody who prides himself in understanding the world, a modification in the Irminsul allowed Wanderer to rescue us outside his calculations. True! Letting someone else have the power to alter his memories is not something he will ever let go. And this is what I was saying. This is why he wants to burn the original Irminsul. Wait, are we on the same page here? Oh my god. Wait, did I cuck at least slightly? At least slightly? So the next step for him is to destroy or control the Irminsul. I cucked at least slightly, dude! For this, he likely already merged his soul with the abyss the moment he opened the full sky. Goddamn, dude. This way, once he dies, his memories will be absorbed by the ley lines. I still think he left a bit of his self within the original Irminsul, though. That's the poison that he left behind in Sumeru when he said, like, I left Sumeru, but I also stayed in Sumeru. I think that's what he meant. And he is free to directly target Irminsul as the next step in his plans. Indeed. However, the biggest problem with forbidden knowledge is that it drives people mad. Well, that's okay when you've already got a fucking psychopath wielding that shit, bro. This can be a problem for others. But for a madman, it is nothing out of the ordinary. Exactly. Dottore has lived his entire life as a madman, so forbidden knowledge becomes as normal to him as everything else. He was practically born for this. This is because the madness that everyone talks of is the dark truth of the world that no one is willing to accept. True. Raria outright sees this during his first appearance.
You have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid. How laughable that you should die for
their sake.
People often say that wisdom isn't about what you know, but knowing what you can change. It is beyond question that the prophecy was carved into Irminsul long ago. And while it may look like nothing has changed, it also seems like everything has.
Therefore, if one wishes to transcend fate, they must first overcome Irminsul. In Nordcry, Wanderer mentions how the Irminsul can be corrupted with abyss to manifest things that do not exist.
Everything in Tevat is logged in Irminsul. But the withering that once occurred in Sumeru was a sign that the Great World Tree was being corrupted.
Yeah.
This corruption allowed things that should not have existed in Tevat to appear. This is tantamount to rewriting reality to an extent.
To an extent.
Abyssal power might be able to affect those phantoms?
And understanding how the moons are linked to the Irminsul is the key to do this. Nahida has compared herself to the moon in the past. She has. I only learned about this like yesterday, bro. This is crazy.
I'm the moon.
Yeah, weird. And even her event wish itself contains moon in it. The moon grasses enlightenment. Fucking wild. Dottore becoming a false moon god was simply an experiment from the start. He wanted to know if wielding the highest authority in this world can free him of his fate.
Through it, I have glimpsed new experimental possibilities. Nature suppressed, authority exiled, souls controlled. And since it failed, he will now execute his final plan. That is to destroy Irminsul and free him of the fate of this world. His final experiment in blasphemy, dude. Him being an abyssal entity also explains why he can use attacks from other gods. Yeah, dude. As everything recorded in the Irminsul will be his to use. I've been seeing on Twitter all day today, dude, that freaking meme of the white guy in the, like, Japanese outfit with the samurai sword. It's like Dottore when he uses the Muso no Hitotachi. Oh, God.
Remember what Nahida says in the Dendro Gemstone. Dendro Gemstone. Jesus Christ. Life has always been the end, while it is wisdom that shall be the means. Dottore wishes to break the end imposed by life using his madness as the means. True. In the end, it's just as Dainsleeve said. It's folly.
God of wisdom's enemy is wisdom itself.
The secret of the Irminsul is the truth amongst the pages of Piranha. Oh my goodness, bro. Also, just a heads up for those that didn't know as well, the voice that mentions, what is the voice line? It's talking to Nahida, and it's like, in the next life or something. A lot of people are curious who it was. It's Niberius, bro. We see here the order in which the voices appear. And right here, bro, ruler of life, Niberius, right before a Pep actually did. My goodness, we might get to goddamn see the ruler of life, Niberius. I have not been this excited for Genshin in a very long time, dude. In a very long... And that's saying something, because Nordcry has genuinely been peak. Nordcry has been the #1 nation in Genshin, in my opinion. It has dethroned every single nation that has come before, in my opinion. I am so excited for the future of this game, although the future's not looking very long, because Chapter 1, the Teyvat chapter, is probably going to be over within the next couple of years. But all journeys must come to an end.